Hi there, Titans, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how you can merge files together using Titan Flow. Let's get started. So for today's use case, we're going to be merging files from Salesforce with a file from Titan Web, and we're going to merge those files together, and then we will push that merged file to Salesforce, and we will also email that merged file as well. Now, in order to do this, we need to create some variables to hold the files that we're going to merge together. So I'll head over to my tools over here and custom variables, and you'll notice I've set up already a couple of variables. First of all, I have my content version ID variable. This variable will hold the content version ID or IDs, if I have several, from the files that I'm bringing from Salesforce. I also have a file variable called web file, and this will be my file that I'm passing from web. Finally, I have another file variable called merged file, and this will be the output of the files that I merged together will be merged and passed into this file variable called merged file. I have one extra variable that you do not need as part of this process. That would be the account ID, and that's just so that I can push this file and relate it to a specific account. Now, what I'm going to do here essentially is run a get to populate my content version static variable, and I'll just show you that get quickly that I've already set up here. So I'm bringing in content version. I'm bringing in a specific content version because I know it's always going to be the same file. It will be a cover letter for a resume in my case. And in the mapping, I'm just bringing the content version ID back to our content version ID variable. Now I'm bringing back a single content version right here, but you can bring back several and it will actually merge them together. So if you bring back a list of IDs into this variable, they will all merge together. Now, the next thing I'm doing is running a merge. And this merge is taking the file from my content version ID and it's going to merge it with a file that I will pass to from the web project, which I'll show you in a minute. And it's all merging to this merged file variable. Now, in terms of output, I can output as PDF or docx. If all of my documents that I'm merging together are docx, I can do docx. If one of them is not docx, I must already do PDF. I'm giving this a custom static name. You can also do a dynamic name using a variable from the project. Today, we're just going to do a custom name, static. You can also choose the order. So in my case, I want the content version, which is my cover letter, to be before the actual web file that I'm going to pass, which will be my CV or my resume. And I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm going to push these files, or this merged file, I should say, to Salesforce. So if I head over to my push, I have a file create here, and I am pushing, if I show you my mapped fields, my version data is going to be that merged file that you see right over here. And my first published location is going to be that account ID that we will pass from Titan Web. All right, so I'm creating a file and pushing it to Salesforce, and I'm also emailing this file. Now, the email configuration doesn't matter, except for just the attachment is going to be that merged file. All right, now on the Titan website, I've just set myself up with an account lookup field so I can pass an ID over to my flow, a file uploader so that I can upload a file and pass it to the flow. And now let's set up our button to trigger this flow. So first of all, very important, when you finish setting up your flow, make sure that you publish, otherwise this will not work. And now I can trigger a flow action. And I can find my flow, which is merging uploaded file with Salesforce file. And for the demonstration, I'm not going to run in background just so that we can see it running. And I want to pass certain parameters. So the parameters I'm going to pass are, first of all, this account ID, which is going to come from my account lookup field. And I'm also going to pass the web file, which is going to come from my file uploader. All right, let's apply and next, and we'll say pass file to flow for merge. All right. So that's all set up. Let's give it a shot. So I'm going to go ahead and preview and let's choose an account. We'll do Titan Strong. I'm going to choose a file. I want to choose my resume. I think I saw it there for a moment. Here it is. And I'm going to send this file to Flow. Now, this is passing my file over to Flow and also merging the files with the file that it will get from Salesforce, which again is a cover letter. And in the end, it'll merge them all together and pass it to Salesforce as well as email me. So that seems like it's done. Let's head over to our Flow integration logs. And we can see a few things happened here. So first of all, we merged the documents and converted them to PDF. And we also created a file. And we also sent this file via email. So first, let's take a look at the one that's in Salesforce. And this will download to my computer. And here's that PDF. So here's my cover letter, these two first pages, and here is the actual resume. If I, of course, head over to the account, if we can find the account, it should be called Titan Strong. We should see the file related to here as well, this merged file. And here it is. And finally, I've also been emailed this file. So let me just pull up my email here. And you can see that, hey, here's your merged file. See attached file. This is what I wrote in the body of my email. And attached is the merged file. And just so that you can see what this file originally looked like in Salesforce before I merged it, you can see I've got this cover letter here. This is what we got from Salesforce, just these two pages. And eventually we end up merging it with the CV right over here. And so that's how it's done. Very simple to set up. You don't need to bring it from Salesforce. You can pass several from web. You can do it all from Salesforce. You can even pass a file from Titan Sign and merge it. And you can run a merge, decide what happens after the merge is finished, if the merge gets canceled, if a file is skipped over and this doesn't happen because of some kind of issue with the file itself. You can determine what happens in each of these scenarios. And in my case, I'm pushing and emailing this file. And that's how it's done.